Now, welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news.
Okay, we're gonna talk about Andor because I haven't talked about Andor in a couple of days. So I'm getting the jitters. Like the caffeine
Yeah,
jitters. That's what I'm getting. Need
yeah.
my Andor fix.
There are other types of jitters too, caused by the need for
Coffee?
things.
Just
Yeah, coffee. Yeah, that's what I was.
I don't know what else you could be talking about. I am wholesome Naboo.
Well, I know you, but there are others who are not as wholesome as Naboo.
True. Saint Naboo.
I don't
No,
really know
no,
about
not
that
yet,
one. You
not
went too
yet.
far. You've gone too
Or
far
did
this
I?
time.
All right, but titles aside, Tony Gilroy did an interview with Hollywood Reporter, and he kind of talked about why we haven't seen K-2SO yet. Everyone's looking forward to K-2SO. Alan Tudyk came back. He does the motion capture work. He obviously does the voice acting. He was a big deal in Rogue One. He was pretty humorous. Everyone loved him.
I'm guessing because he is too humorous, is my guess. I don't know. I have not read this article.
No, you haven't. First off, Tony Gilroy says K-2SO is fantastic and he's funny. Tudyk is hysterical and it's really great. We were like, okay, we're gonna have him in the show and let's make it spectacular and let's really make a thing out of it.
Too expensive is my other guess.
And that's what we tried to do. You're wrong on two accounts.
Okay.
Do you want to make
I
any
don't want to
more
strike out now.
wrong guesses?
No.
But again, like I said, Alan Tudyk does the mocap, so the end,
Yeah.
the voice, and it's great. But they said that there are aspects of the story that having him with Cassian would limit Cassian's ability to move around to different locations in the story, in different scenarios. What Gilroy said is, limiting K-2SO came from the experience of making Rogue One. To be honest with you, from the very beginning, that was one of the most difficult parts of the original conversation. How long was I going to have to delay K-2SO? Because what can you do with him? I don't want people to go back and diagram Rogue, but just within that movie, there are 2 or 3 or 4 places where we were hiding him, where he has to stay on the ship or he can't go somewhere. He's a really, really difficult piece of equipment to carry through a story. The limitations on him are huge. He's a very visible, troublesome piece of story gear. So I knew intuitively how long I would have to wait to do it.
Well, I guess that makes sense. If you are a rebel spy, having an Imperial Enforcer droid doesn't exactly help your cover.
There's a lot of places that's not going to make sense to be like,
Yes.
oh, why is there an Imperial droid walking
Most
through the
places,
capital
yeah.
with that guy?
Yeah.
What's this Imperial droid doing here? What's he doing? And he's tall. He's a
He's a
big
big droid, yeah.
If he's not in a place where he's infiltrating that there are Imperials or possibly other K2 units, he just looks really out of place.
Yeah, and you can't just throw a garbage can over him like you can with BB-8 in The Last Jedi. Nobody thought it was odd that a garbage can was moving around.
Right, and astromechs are small and they're part of daily culture in most
ignored.
societies.
Yeah,
and ignored.
they get ignored all the time. That's
Same
kind of like
with-
a trope in Star Wars.
With protocol droids, units such as C-3PO who are more humanoid in size and shape.
Yeah.
They're just
also get ignored.
around. But having something that tall
And that deadly.
and that deadly
Yeah.
walking around is extremely noticeable.
It'd be like having a battle droid, like a B2, just a super battle droid with you.
Don't worry about him.
Yeah, he's
It's
fine. He's been reprogrammed, repurposed.
He's big, and we know the purpose of him is violence.
Yeah, that's the only
Most
thing
of
he's
the other
there
droids, they're like, oh, well, they're fine. And we don't. Their purpose that we know of is not violence. Human-cyborg relations.
Human-cyborg relations, yes. I'm programmed with
There's so many
6 million
cyborgs.
forms of communication, yeah.
It's not human and droid relations, it's human and cyborg.
Cyborg, yeah.
So we can all talk to,
General Grievous, he's a cyborg.
yeah,
he
so
qualifies.
is Lando's friend.
Lando's friend?
So
Oh, Lobot? Is
Yeah,
Lobot a cyborg?
He got a cyborg implant.
Yeah, I don't
So
know
does
if
he. They can also talk to KB from Skeleton Crew. She's
Yeah, I don't think
also
that's a cyborg. I mean,
Cyborg,
I think the
they're
cyborg...
mechanical type implants that I think makes you more of a cyborg.
Yeah, I think cyborg is you are human with mechanical or robot-y parts.
Yeah,
That's what
which
a cyborg is.
those guys have robotic parts.
I guess. I don't know.
It's totally. We're not here to argue.
No, we're
how
not.
much of you has to be.
I just think you
He's
got like
more
a
machine now.
I mean,
than
is
man.
Geordi a cyborg in Star Trek because he's got the visor? I don't think so.
The visor improves his sight. It's still different.
Well, yeah, but you
The
know what I'm
Borgs
saying.
are cyborgs.
Yeah, cyborgs. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Why are we talking Star Trek? Like,
because you wanted to talk about
I don't know.
cyborgs.
Somebody's gonna give me like a very technical answer now. I know that's how it always works. Like, actually, a cyborg to be classified as a cyborg, you need
We'll
exactly.
talk. We'll make you watch Ghost in the Shell, and we can discuss really in
I've
depth.
seen Ghost in the Shell.
Yes.
You showed me that years ago. I don't remember
We'll go
it.
even deeper, deep dive into Ghost in the Shell for cyborg talk.
Okay.
And androids and all that good stuff.
Yeah, androids are just seem like humans, but they're totally droids. They're totally robots.
And then we'll watch Armitage the Third. Yep, that's another one we'll watch.
Yeah, Data.
I think Kiefer Sutherland's in that. But no.
I think he is, yeah.
So...
I think you showed me that too. Now, you saying
really
Kiefer Sutherland triggered something.
Yeah, because it's really good.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But he makes a lot of good points. He's a big piece of equipment. He can only do so many missions. Once you introduce him, the audience is going to go, well, where is he?
Just use K2.
Where's K-2SO? Where's K-2SO? Yeah. Well, we had to tell him to stay on the ship because he doesn't fit in here. Oh, he's hiding around that corner because he can't walk around with us. It makes us stick out too much. We're spies.
Oh, he's got a trash can over him.
Sorry, we dressed him up as Edie Carn, and he's infiltrating Cyril's
put
dinner
a wig
parties.
on. Just put a wig on him. Or just hide him under your trench coat. These things work in Star Wars. You can't
repaint him to look like he's not an Imperial, because that is the Imperial design.
Yes.
No other units like them have we seen
I would imagine
are not
it's
Imperial
illegal.
units.
I would imagine it is illegal to repurpose an Imperial Enforcer droid like that. But like I said, just put him under your trench coat, walk around an Imperial facility, or put a trash can. We have learned in Star Wars these things work.
Trench coat. That reminds me a little bit of ND, Naughty Droid from Star Wars Outlaws.
Oh, I wasn't going there.
The commando droid with the trench coat.
Yes.
Nice.
I was referring to the Kenobi series Leia, where you just smuggle. Yeah, I know.
Yours was worse than my reference.
Yeah, yours
Mine
isn't
like a direct comparison.
Hey,
yours is horrible.
We now own Star Wars Outlaws. We have not played it yet, but we own it. We purchased it and
I played the
play it.
free demo and I did really bad. Like, really bad.
You did do really bad. Like, I was laughing at you.
Well, for one, I thought the little scooter was hard to drive.
Scooter?
Speeder.
Okay.
The speeder was a little difficult to drive. My aim is not good. I just want stealth missions. That's all I want.
I know.
I'm Batman.
That's why we play the Arkham games together. I do the fighting, you do the stealthing. It works. Because I don't like stealthing. I just want to go in there and punch stuff.
Oh, I prize myself on the stealthing.
You do. There's times I'll try to run in there time and time again, and you're like, give me the controller, I'll stealth us through. And you just stealth us through. And there's other times you try to stealth, and I'm like, give me the controller, I'll punch our way through.
And then it turns out that sometimes my way is better.
And so is mine sometimes.
Well, in the Batman one, there was a lot of instances.
It's mainly,
where
you gotta stealth.
They want you to stealth. You know when they want you to stealth and when they don't. They literally give you a scene that's like, you have to get over there and no one can... And I'm like, oh.
You know you're supposed to stealth when you get seen and they cut you back to, oh, you just failed the mission immediately.
Yeah, because...
That always irritates me.
You can get seen, but as long as you get away fast enough.
I feel like
you have to hide again real good.
I feel like they're challenging me no, I could punch my way through this. Let me try. Give me the chance.
But they made Batman very mortal in that, which I liked. Like, he took a couple gunshots. He's dead. I'm sorry. He's still human.
He is human, yeah.
Not like other video games where like, well, I'll just heal. No. Batman doesn't take more than a top couple gunshot wounds and he's down.
Are we talking about Batman? So we've gone from Star Trek to Batman.
All right. Should we move on to new this week in Star Wars, etc.? What do we get on a Tuesday? Tonight, Andor, Season 2, Block 3, Episodes 7, 8, and 9. Woohoo.
Probably no K2. I think we spoiled that K2 won't show up until the final block.
I don't know. I think he could show up at the end of this one and be involved in Block 3. 4. Block 4.
Potentially. I don't think he shows up. I'm going to say no K2.
I don't know. I think he could show up at the Gorman Massacre Part 2.
And be part of the massacre?
Yes. Ooh. Maybe.
He's got blood on his hands, literally.
He probably has a lot of blood on his hands.
Probably. Let's be real.
For all we know, he's the... And it's not, probably, because I don't always pay attention to the details. It'd be funny if it was the same droid that choked him out on Neemos.
Probably pretty rare.
It's not going to be.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone's like, there's markings. I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. It just would have been funny.
Hang.
Hang. No.
No, not like hang out,
You're like, stay.
Yeah.
All right. We also have Star Wars, The Acolyte, Wayseeker.
Oh my goodness, yeah, it's coming today.
I think you're going to make me read.
You said you were going to read Mask of Fury, you didn't. I think this time you're really going to buckle down, you're going to read it.
Man.
Yeah.
I am a very busy banker.
They don't want to hear excuses. They want results. Just like the customers you help at the bank, they want results as well.
You read Mask of Fury, and
I did.
You could have talked about it.
I kind of have in a few places. I haven't really done a dedicated review. This time we both have to read it, and because they need Acolyte information.
You don't read the ones that are like, this is a bad one. I'm not going to read it. And then you make me read it, and then we don't ever talk about it again, and I had to read it. Like, you haven't been pushing me to read the Thrawn trilogies, the new ones. And you're like, they're so good, but you haven't pushed me to read those. You're like, you know what? You should read this one. It's horrible. Yeah. I'm like, thanks.
I don't know that they're all horrible.
Not all of them.
Some of them are better than others.
I just have to find time to actually sit down and read. All right, but on to Wednesday, for Star Wars comics, the relaunch of Star Wars is on us, so Star Wars #1. Bad Batch Ghost Agents #3, where they're going to do more stuff nobody cared about.
With Asajj Ventress.
Yeah, with Asajj Ventress in the past. This is how they're friends with her in the future.
Don't make it make sense, yeah.
Thursday, voice chat, 8 p.m. Central Time, probably talking about Star Wars Underworld as well as Andor.
Yeah, well, there'll be some Underworld talk, yeah.
Probably, because I think there's stuff to talk about there. There's a lot of interest. There's a lot of conflicting opinions on the show.
I think I've seen a lot of conflicting opinions. Some people really like it, some don't.
I would like to hear more opinions on the show, honestly. I like to hear how everyone views it, what everyone thinks about it, because it's interesting, and we discuss things as Star Wars fans.
Well, we will be discussing the Cad Bane arc tomorrow, I believe, instead of doing a news or anything of the sort.
Right.
Yeah, a lot to talk about there. But for now, that's all we got for you this time. So it is your turn. Take to the comments below. Tell us what you think of any and all of today's news, and let's talk some Star Wars. And so until next time, thanks for watching.